This is an example of the room estimating system as part of the project editor. Now what we're first going to do is we're going to go and set up a room list. And we can use we can actually predefine some rooms like you might have in a residential environment, or we can go ahead and do things like, if you're doing an auditorium or a bunch of rooms in a school, you might have different room numbers. And so we can go ahead and just put in various rooms. Okay. So we would go ahead and set up our rooms. Now, when we do that, you notice at the top of the screen we don't have a room list. But the moment we go ahead and turn on the room system, we now have our room set up here. We have a drop-down where we can go ahead and choose a room. And so now I can go ahead and do my quote. Thanks for asking DovNet for this proposal. We will supply and install the following for room 103. Okay. Now, so what I've gone ahead and done is I have recorded various items. I've put my room description, my items. I've gone ahead and put a subtotal here for the hardware. So there's my subtotal. Then I put my turn off the printing till the next subtotal. So I've done my labor hours and then a subtotal right there for installation. And a relatively new item, this markup item, what this allows me to do is capture the hardware costs and put take the hardware cost and take 10% of that. So basically I've got approximately $3,000 of hardware costs here, and I'm taking 10% of that, and I'm making that a miscellaneous item. And then I'm going to do an S11 here to actually give me a room subtotal. So I've set this up, and I've gone ahead and created my first room. Now, what we can do is we can go ahead and change this now to be room 2. So we go room 4 in this case. So I've now changed this to be room 4. Now one of the things we can do is we can create a blank line, and if we want, we can just press the room button. It'll put our little title there. So now we've got a room, and it's got room 104. So I can come up here and do the same thing and do room 103. So I just put my a little bold thing there, so I've got my room set up. Okay, there we go. All right, now, if I want to, I can now do a copy and paste, and maybe the room is very similar with some minor changes. So I can actually take the contents of room 103, just come down here, and hit copy. And now I can paste those into room 104, okay? And from there, I can go ahead and do my any edits, and maybe there's 2 of these speakers in this particular room, whatever that happens to be. And maybe I've got this guy right here. I need 2 of those, so I can make these kind of changes. And of course, we have to change our labels here because this is now going to be 104. Okay, so now I've got 2 rooms in my system. Okay, now if I were to print out a proposal, of course, the system would print out the entire quote. So I can go ahead and do print and do proposal and begin list. And now you see we've got our two rooms. I'll make this a little bigger so you can see it. And we've got room 103, and then we've got room 104. Okay? And there you go. Now, the other feature that I could do is, and notice we have our miscellaneous items there, and then we have another miscellaneous items here based on the total of the items in this particular list of equipment right there. Okay, now, if I want to, I can also print out an individual room. So I can come over here to right here, and I can print, I just want to see room 103. And so this will actually let me print a proposal or any other piece, any one of these other reports for just room 103. Click over there, make the options, and there is just the quote for a single room. So there is a great feature set where we can just print out individual rooms of a project instead of printing out the entire different rooms. And there's room now 104. Another great benefit to the system as a side thing that we've done is we're back into the original project, and let's say we have to do like a schoolroom, and we've got 50 schoolrooms in this project. Now, it used to be that you'd have to page down to that individual project rooms if you want to make an edit. One of the recent additions to the room system is the ability to choose the room you want. Let's say we want to go to room 104, which is right down here, but let's say it's 50 rooms down. When I press the Go To button, it jumps right to that room. So a very nice feature where you can actually jump to an individual room and be able to move around very nicely. So that is the room estimating system, and in conjunction with the special line feature sets that we've done where we can actually have markups follow the subtotal of an individual room. Thank you very much for your time. Feel free to contact DevNet for more information on the room estimating system. Have a good day.